Hi, this is Katie from Crafting Ruby Dreams and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, I talk about planning, goal setting, writing, publishing, and getting right with my finances. The theme for this month's video is our foundation, so I want to talk to you about getting started with writing. One of the most common pieces of advice is write what you know. Think about write what you know, just like the video I talked about where when good advice goes bad, is that there are a lot of nuances to the advice. And the thing that you need to know about writing what you know is that it is not necessarily that you should write an autobiographical novel. It's more things that you know deep in your gut, such as emotions. So write about the deep emotions that you have felt and the way it makes you feel and your experiences with others and the emotions that they felt and how that impacted the choices that they made. Another thing that you know is story structure. Think about what books do you read, what movies and television shows do you watch, how do the stories that you consume, no matter what the format, how do they play out? That's story structure. You are a consumer of popular culture, so you are a consumer of story. You have internalized a lot of story structure. And then what careers and jobs have you had? What careers and jobs have your family, friends, loved ones had? What do you know about those positions and how those types of people, like when their jobs affect the choices that they make, that kind of thing. And then what entertains you? This is kind of going back to Jennifer Lynn Barnes and her writing for your id workshop. What is it that gets you excited, gets you motivated, that you love? The other thing that you know is the story that your gut is telling you to write. You want to be able to get that story out on paper in whatever form. You know that's the story that you want to write. The other thing is just to sit down and write. Truly, that's all it is, which can seem very intimidating. But pick one thing. You don't even have to start at the beginning of the story. Start at whatever point feels right to you, whether that's the middle, the end, whatever. Just sit down and write whatever comes to you first. You'll figure out during the editing process where that bit belongs in the story. Just start writing. Whether you write with paper and pen, whether you write on the computer, it doesn't matter. The important bit is that you are writing. An acronym that I've heard for many decades is BCHOK. BICHOK. Button, chair, hands on keyboard. Don't try to write to a certain amount. Don't try to write every day necessarily. For some people that works, for other people it doesn't. But sit down and just start writing. Whether you write when the muse comes to you or whether you write every single day at the same time every single day, it doesn't matter. You are writing. That is the important bit. I want you to get the story that you want to tell out onto paper. You do not even have to tell anyone that you are writing something. I know someone who did not tell anyone she was writing a book until she had sold it to a publisher, because she was protecting her story from anyone saying anything to her about it in any kind of negative way. If you have supportive people in your life and you respond better by having somebody ask you, hey, how's it going? Then tell them, because if that will give you motivation to write, do it. Finally, I want you to remember that the first person you are writing for is you. You are writing to entertain yourself. You are writing to get this story that you have a burning desire to get out into the world, out of your mind. I want you to do whatever you need to do in order to make that happen. And be kind to yourself. Writing a story, especially a novel, is a marathon. It is not a sprint. Even short stories, you may, like in the super short stories, like flash fiction, you may be able to spit out in like an hour, but that's your first draft, and that's fine. Focus on getting the first draft done, but remember that the entire process is going to take you a while, and do not let yourself get down if it takes you longer than you think it should. You are just starting out, and think about babies. When they first start walking, they're wobbly, making like one step at a time, maybe two, maybe three. You do not go from crawling around to running around the block in a day. So be kind to yourself. That's it. I hope you have fun writing, because if you don't have fun writing in some way, because it will hurt you, on some days, because especially if it's a story that you are wrenching to get out and it's not working for whatever reason, those days are rough. But in the end, you will have found some joy in writing, and I wish you all of the joy in the world once you have completed telling whatever story you want to tell. So if you have any questions, please drop those down in the comments. If you have any suggestions for future videos, please drop those in the comments as well. If you have found any part of this video useful, I hope you will hit the like button so that YouTube knows to recommend it to others. As well, I hope you will consider subscribing to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when future videos are available. Thank you so much, and may all your dreams be Ruby dreams. Bye-bye.